Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Almost buried and then chopped up.
The son of a Lexington woman whose dismembered arm and torso were found near the Kentucky River is speaking about the investigation into her death.
Plus, a Harrison County teenager died today on his way to take the ACT. And the Cats proved junior Alex Poitras sitting out the season isn't a game changer. They took on number 21 ranked North Carolina this afternoon. WKYT News starts now.
What a win for the Wildcats. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. UK took on UNC inside Rupp this afternoon. A lot of fans worried they would stumble with Alex Poitras unable to play. Lee K. Howard standing by with highlights from the game.
Hey, Kristen. Yeah, two of college basketball's blue bloods meeting up at Rupp Arena today. Kentucky and North Carolina, and the Wildcats without Alex Poitras following that ACL injury. Trey Lyles getting the start in place of Poitras and hitting the first jumper he saw off the screen. Wildcats up 6-4. Aaron Harrison would get hot near the end of the half. First from the left side, that's good, and then from the right corner. He hits back-to-back-to-back triples. Wildcats shoot 50% from long distance in the first half. They lead 49-34 at the break. Cats keep firing in the second half. Devin Booker off the screen. The lead is 19. Booker finished with 15 points. Coming off the steal, Tyler Eulis to Dakari Johnson with two hands. 64-46 Kentucky. Now Marcus Page coming to life in the second half for Carolina. Finds himself open for three. It's back to a 10-point ball game at 70-60, but Kentucky would pull away at the end. Lyles to Willie Cauley-Stein, and that's a good dunk there. And then off the steal, how about Stein? He's got the entire court to himself. The emphatic one-handed flush. Cauley-Stein scores 15. Poitras likes what he sees, and that makes it 11 wins for Kentucky, 84-70. Rob Bromley witnessed it firsthand.
The Cats went in a solid favorite, and they never trailed. Led it just about all the way. Roy Williams said he emphasized three things: limiting turnovers, not fouling, and...
It must not have worked because I can't freaking remember it either. Okay. That's just being honest. You know, give me a couple of seconds right now. I'm too ticked off to think about anything like that. So.
They have the kind of team that you look at, they just got to make jump shots just like us. So the only difference between us and them today, we made more threes. Well, we only made one more. How about that? But we didn't come out going 1 for 12, which is what we've been doing.
84-70, Kentucky wins it. And this week, before UCLA, the Cats have final exams to look forward to. In Rupp, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Thank you, Rob. We will have more highlights. We'll also hear what Coach Cal had to say about Alex Poitras. That's coming up a little bit later in sports.
Lee K, thank you. An honor student on his way to the ACT today died in a car crash. The Harrison County coroner tells us 17-year-old Colton Lane Burris died this morning when his truck flipped over an embankment on Highway 3044 near Sadieville. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is in Harrison County tonight talking to the coroner.
Harrison County Coroner Tom Ware tells us Colton Burris was an athlete and a member of the junior ROTC here at Harrison County High School. Ware says Burris was on his way to take the ACT when he crashed. That crash happened along Kentucky Highway 3044, Jacobs Lane near Sadieville. According to the coroner, it was about 7:30 in the morning when Burris flipped his truck over an embankment on this road. Ware says Burris was a good student who ran track and was a flight commander in JROTC at Harrison County High School. The coroner says Burris lost control of his truck, which led to the crash. In Harrison County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The coroner does not think drugs or alcohol played a role in that crash. Flames destroyed a home in Scott County this afternoon, and firefighters think a wood-burning stove is to blame. Around 1 o'clock, firefighters say a house on Muddy Ford Road caught fire. They say the owners left their wood-burning stove running while they went to visit family. No one was injured. The house is now beyond repair. Investigators found her arm and torso near the Kentucky River, and we were the first to tell you who those body parts belong to. The Henry County coroner identified portions of Goldie Massey, reported missing back in October. Massey is from Lexington and was last seen alive in Scott County. Tonight, Massey's son is talking to WKYT's Mark Barber about his mother's gruesome death.
Surreal. My mom was murdered and then chopped up.
Zachary Massey says he never thought investigators would find his missing mother piece by piece.
It's just completely messed up.
Investigators say last week, 50-year-old Goldie Massey's torso washed up on the banks of the Kentucky River, 120 miles from where her severed arm was found a month and a half ago in Henry County. Her 24-year-old son tells us a deputy visited him in the Bourbon County Detention Center yesterday to tell him they found his mother 2.5 months after she was reported missing. Zachary Massey was arrested last week. He's accused of robbing a gas station on Highway 27 in Cynthiana with a box cutter. We're told after he was arrested, he tried to escape from officers while he was at the police department. Investigators say, so far, no arrests have been made in his mother's case.
It's sad.
Walter Tapp, a retired Cynthiana police officer, tells us he graduated from high school with Gloria Massey in 1982. He says it's painful to think about how she may have been killed.
It's a heinous crime. I mean, it took thought. Someone planned this to do what they did. No human should have been treated that way.
As multiple agencies investigate Gloria Massey's death, her family and friends say they are waiting for answers to their many questions.
Two of mine would be who did it and then why did they do it?
My mom was murdered and then chopped up. It ain't even really hit me yet, honestly.
In Bourbon County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Cynthiana police say Zachary Massey is a person of interest in 2 additional robberies. We had another day of clear skies and cold temperatures. Expect the chill to stick around a little longer. WKYT's meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking some showers later this weekend. Sure, that's rain and not snow, Jim?
That's right. We'll have warm enough temperatures around here to keep everything in the form of rain. Out there right now, just a little bit of a chill in the air. Temperatures coming in a little below normal, at least at this point. Now, earlier today, maxing out in the mid-40s. Right now, down to the low 40s here in Lexington. And we're even starting to track some mid-30s out in eastern parts of Kentucky and southern Kentucky as well, where you're finding 36, 37, 39 degrees, several spots coming in right around that. Defender, quiet across Kentucky, and it should remain that way through the evening and into the day tomorrow. And then we'll start tracking some showers beyond that. Cloud cover has been with us all day long and really kept a bit of a cap on our temperatures. Really didn't allow us to elevate much higher than what we got to today, which was the mid-40s. Tomorrow, we'll do the mid-40s again. You can see during the overnight hours tonight, though, we likely stay above freezing due to that cloud cover hanging around. We'll hold on to some of those clouds. Temperatures stay pretty decent overnight and into the day tomorrow. Here's our breakdown, though, as we move forward. We're tracking a cloudy weekend. Showers move in, looks like more so into your Monday. And then, as we get into midweek, some much colder air arrives. And that could set the stage for next weekend, which has all kinds of potential. And we'll talk about that for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Protesters took to the streets in Lexington this afternoon, right outside a packed Rupp Arena. They're part of a movement called Hands Up. About 20 people held up signs at Triangle Park this morning protesting 2 recent grand jury decisions not to indict white police officers in the deaths of black men Michael Ferguson and Eric Garner. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel talked to protesters who tell her they just want their voices heard.
There are so many people that I run across who don't know that police brutality exists. They don't think that there's profiling. They don't even think that there are gangs here. And we know that that does exist. For those people to stay unaware is not acceptable.
Dana Branham is one of about 20 people who held signs like these at Triangle Park this morning. It's all in response to recent grand jury decisions not to indict 2 white police officers in Missouri and New York following the deaths of 2 black men.
Just to support the cause and be sure that our voices are heard here in Lexington, Kentucky, because police brutality, profiling, and all of those things happen everywhere. And we just want to raise the awareness of that here.
Now, these protests have been going on throughout the country over the past few weeks, but today this group chose to protest in front of Rupp Arena for a reason.
There is nothing at all in Lexington, Kentucky that gets more attention than UK basketball. And see, I thought that this would be the perfect venue to raise awareness. We've seen hundreds of people walk past us, and we think that at least they'll know that we were here. I think people certainly notice the signs. We get some eye contact, some great, glad you're here. Most of the people are actually walking by and not saying much of anything. Still, at the end of the day, they saw us, and so that's what's important.
In Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Protesters also planned a die-in at Fayette Mall this evening. Lexington firefighters handed out thousands of Christmas gifts to grateful parents today. About 100 volunteers gave toys, board games, bicycles, and other gifts to more than 1,000 families. Shoppers say it feels good knowing the community is willing to help make their holidays special.
I'm very overwhelmed, I'm excited, and I feel like I got more than what I was expecting, so it's awesome.
Firefighters have already started to plan next year's drive. And police in Lexington are also making sure children have a Merry Christmas with their annual Shop with a Cop.
Hello, Kitty.
Officers raise money throughout the year to be able to take needy families shopping. Today they helped parents and children pick out gifts inside the Meijer on Reynolds Road.